Huawei has launched this today in Barcelona. It's their Watch GT4 with some key upgrades in the health tracking. So we now have TrueScene 5.5, upgraded heart monitoring. We still have our oxygen saturation level monitoring and the continual health monitoring with this, and upgrades with the sleep tracking too. It's True Sleep 3.0, and it can monitor your breathing and even detect things like sleep apnea. Now I'll be going over the changes to look at this watch in detail with some tests, so sleep test results, heart rate, my oxygen saturation levels too as well, the GPS tracking is all going to be covered, including the application, so you know exactly what to expect out of the new Watch GT4 here that's just launched from Huawei. Here's the box, and let's take a look at what we get inside. So obviously we're going to have the watch there. Just under here you've got these two little side pockets, and you'll find the wireless charger. So this just connects on magnetically. So wireless charging takes 100 minutes to fully charge the 46mm version. And then here we do have a small little quick start guide. Huawei sent me their brown leather version. I normally get the steel straps, which you can get. There's also a rainforest green strap and your typical silicon black rubber one. Now the quality of this strap is very good, and they are interchangeable. So there is a little latch just in the inside there, and I'll show you. You just get your fingernail and then pull it up, and it comes off like so. So you can change them over. The buckle is nice and strong, and the materials and build quality of everything with their watch series that I've come accustomed to now is top notch. Very good quality. Huawei has upgraded our heart rate sensor, so this is now their TrueScene 5.5. We've got a built-in barometer, there's built-in GPS, Bluetooth 5.2, and the frame here, steel all around the outside, looking very good. There's no sharp edges, no risk of you scratching yourself. So we have a customizable button right here. By default, that is to launch your fitness tracking. We have our crown here. So this is also double tapping that to go to all your recent apps. You can close them off. Now it does run Harmony OS, and the crown here, of course, that moves up and down. That's for the scaling of the screen. I'll just show you that now. So when I tap there to go into apps, you can scale it in or out. And this UI is very smooth and fluid, what I've come to expect now with Harmony OS. So it's good, it doesn't lag, and it does not have a refresh rate that makes it look all stuttery or anything like that. No, it's really good. Very comfortable on my wrist. I find it quite light. Now, it is only 10mm the thickness of it, and we're looking at a weight of 48 grams. So this is great, and that is excluding the strap, however. So just the watch itself, but that's a big contrast compared to this one, which is my Watch 4 Pro, which I really love. This has the eSIM support with it. It's titanium, and it's just a little bit more chunkier. Now, when I go to bed wearing our Watch GT4, it's a lot more comfortable, especially to sleep with, and I've gotten used to it. I'm used to wearing this, but I prefer not to do the sleep tracking and wear it, of course, in bed because of the chunkier size. But this, for me, very nice. Just wearing it, just so much lighter, and a very comfortable leather strap. Now, I do recommend that you put it on quite tight, and Huawei themselves do say this. That's to get the best accuracy for everything, for the sleep tracking, heart rate monitoring, skin temperature, all of that, which of course it does have. Now, we've got a water resistance level of 5 ATM, and it's IP68, and other things that are built into it. Well, there is a loudspeaker and a microphone you can handle. Calls on this, of course, just like the previous models. We've got the GPS and everything too. So there's a lot on board this smartwatch here from Huawei. The display is very nice. So it is flat, and we have a nice bright screen. So you can make it out in direct sunlight. As you can see now, with just these samples of me testing it out, that was this morning. And it looks great. Really vibrant screen. Because it's AMOLED, it's punchy. So we do have a PPI with the 46mm version here, which, by the way, that works out to be 1.43 inches of 326. You don't see pixels. It's very sharp. The blacks are really deep. And as I mentioned before, the latency, the refresh rate of this too is very good. Now, it doesn't lag, and it's very responsive to touch, which is, of course, what you want. Now, the watch faces, they're customizable. This is my personal favorite here, so you're going to see it pop up in this video quite a few times. I like it because it displays a lot of information there. I've got my steps, you've got the weather, the battery life remaining, and a secondary clock. Now, you can customize it as well. A lot of them do offer this option. So you tap there to go in the settings, and I can change what is here at the bottom. Now, the watch faces, it comes preloaded with. There's some new ones, of course, with the new model. So you see some of them along here. That's called Blooming, that one. Digital Rhythm. Nighthawk is nice if you're after something a little bit more traditional that has a standard kind of watch face and doesn't really look digital. It's a very classy, good looking watch too. So you can change the watch face to make it look a little bit more that it suits whatever you're going to be doing. Maybe you're going out for dinner somewhere in a flash restaurant and you don't want a digital watch face. Well, use the default one here, which is this white one, which is quite good looking, I think. So let me run you through here just what you have with the watch and the software and the setup. So all of our applications, by tapping there, you can see there are a lot of them. So this is a new one here. You have your calorie counter. So you have your kilojoules that you can add with your meals, and that's via the app. And you can see right now my calories, I'm in deficit at the moment because I've had breakfast, I've had lunch, and I keyed in how many calories I ate. So very good for people that are really watching their calories. And of course, this is a fitness-focused watch. It really does make sense. You've got a lot of different apps that we all commonly know. So there's all your fitness tracking ones in there, your calendar, your temperature. You have your blood oxygen saturation levels, weather, or all of it there. So you can even find my phone, settings, torch. You've got your sleep stats there, your heart rate monitoring, timing, all of that. Okay, so I won't go into every single thing. We've got the App Store there too as well for Huawei, so you can go along and add more different applications too, of course. So double tapping, as I showed you before, you can bring up the recent apps there, and you can clear that too, so you can swap. So it's got multi-app support. And you can use, if you want there, the crown to zoom in and out. I was showing you that before just early on the start there. It depends how you like it. The zoom level will zoom right out like so. Okay, so tapping again will bring me home. Now, I just wanted to show you, if you swipe here to the left, we've got our weather, the music play. You have their AI there too, assistant. And going along through the screens, we've got a first little quick glance here at this health bar. So we have our calories burnt, whatnot. It's keeping all of that there. This is a new widget, or one of the cards here. So you got your sleep, again, the blood oxygen saturation levels, skin temperature, a lot of things, your heart rate that you can all monitor there. This is another screen that is new to Harmony OS, the latest update version. So you can see the music play again, calorie. I've got even a little note in here about filming this particular hands-on and then going for a mountain bike ride. So you can see all of that there. You get the notifications too, of course, and it does have built-in haptics, which does feel very good. So continuing through these screens, we've got our fitness widget here, if you want to call it that, or the card. So this is the common kind of ones that people would be doing, tracking. So riding, swimming and walking, and then running too. Now there's a lot to go through. I won't list all of them because there's so many of them. So tapping here, currently got the button customized for our workouts, and there's the running plans they have. Okay, running tracks, indoor run. It just goes on and on. Or your cycling, your swimming there, skipping, mountain biking, hiking, skiing, snowboarding, cross country, triathlon, cross train, rower. And it goes on. And you've got workout settings so you can have the feedback come through, so it'll broadcast. I really do like this. It's a very handy feature to have. So it'll let you know if you're riding, for example, it'll tell you the altitudes that you ride at, your average speed, your current heart rate, all of that information, and how long you have been working out for. So it is very useful. And then finally, we have the moon. So the lunar cycle. It's letting me know there it's just 1% illumination at the moment. Waning crescent. And back to the home screen, if you swipe up, you'll then see all of your notifications. I know this question's going to pop up, so what about answering notifications, messages, text messages that come through? Well, this is the canned replies that we do have. You can use emojis. You've got your standard, okay, yes, thanks, no thanks, great. So all these canned replies are what we do have. And there is unfortunately no on-screen keyboard with this model. If you want the on-screen keyboard, you want the eSIM support so you can just be away, leave your phone at home. This has to be paired up with Bluetooth for answering the calls and the notifications and all of that with the apps. Then I recommend getting this watch here, which I really do like. This has a lot more features. This is the Watch 4 Pro, which I have also reviewed. You can find that in my channel. So the Watch GT4 supports race to wake like their other watches, and you also have the touch here to turn on the screen. So going into some of these apps here that they do have. Now we've got the True Scene with our heart rate, 5.5 now upgraded. You can see it's currently at 72, and a little high, but that's because I just ran downstairs, well, about 5 minutes ago to meet a courier and then back up again. So that's normal, and I'm recording this video rushing around at the moment. Now notice the accuracy is very good. Blood oxygen saturation 2 now here, so that's going to give you that stats. It's constantly monitoring your health, so it's around the clock, and it is in here if you're wearing the watch. Of course, if you're not wearing it, then it cannot measure this. That's where I've been taking it off, just when I've been recording little clips and bits there too with my videos, so pretty standard. So there's all sorts of things in here, lots of different applications. You can download more, of course, as well. We even got there a remote camera shutter that's been around for a little while too, and the sleep tracking, all that information is in here with the rating, and I'll go over that a little bit more too with the application. Then our application, which is called Health or Huawei Health, and this works with Android and iOS. So yes, you iPhone users out there, you can use this. It's going to support it, all features fully, which is good. So you'll see under here that at first glance, we've got information on our steps, exercises that we've been doing, and how long we have been standing there. Now you can swap these covers over to see a little bit more information. You have your health clovers, which is just a lot of tasks that you can run through with the application. Good just to keep you a little bit positive and keep you healthy. You can follow that they have a lot of things in there that you do and schedule. I'll just quickly show you there too. So telling you to drink water, do some breathing exercises, which are on the watch too, by the way, as well. And the amount of steps that they want you to do. And even, hey, look at that, a daily smile is listed in there. And you've got your heart rate information. So that's all in there with your heart rate. Now, there are alerts to show you if you have any, for example, problems. If they detect maybe a sign of AFib, your arterial stiffness detection, you can go through and you can run that as well, which is good. It's an option that has been there since the previous watches. So good to have. And you can have this information, the health information from the watch, sync through with other family members. Maybe you've got someone that has a heart condition. Well, it can alert you, your account, if they have an episode with their heart, perhaps a very high heart rate. So that's good that you can get in touch with them to ask them if they're all right, if they need medical assistance or whatnot. Sleep stats. So let's jump into this. This was last night. I did go to bed very late. My bedtime there is almost 2 o'clock in the morning, but hey, that is our tech YouTuber life. We've got so many things to do, lots of videos to make and whatnot. And you'll see that it rates you. So I've got 83 out of 100. Not too bad considering I didn't actually get a lot of sleep. Then I was up at 10 past 8 in the morning, and that is accurate. That's when my alarm went off, and I shot up out of bed and ready to get my kids all organized and off to school, normal daily life. So you can see that the night sleep is ranked here. The deep sleep, so 20% to 60. Everything's pretty much normal, apart from, of course, that I only slept, almost 6 hours there. REM sleep state and your deep sleep points there that, wow, I got 100. So I guess I had quite a nice deep sleep if it was a short one. Breathing quality. So this is something else that is new now to the GT4 series, as they're going to be focusing on that, which is your sleep breathing. And the reason behind this, well, sleep apnea. Okay, it can detect that and let you know if maybe you've got some problems. Then you can make an appointment with your doctor, get that checked out to see if maybe you do have sleep apnea. Hopefully I do not. But hey, it's good to have these things built in. So there's lots of information in there. And of course, I've got stats there for the other night, which was even worse, according to this, 72 points. Yeah, I need to get more sleep. I know, so there's no need to mention that in the comments. Stress levels, that's monitored. And then, of course, our oxygen saturation that I've mentioned a few times now before. So stress there, it's going to see if you're being stressed out or not. Skin temperature, health glance, and then all of your exercises. So you can do it through the watch, or you can jump in with the app and then start a running course. You're going to go for a bike ride, cycle, walk, all of it up the top here. So you can do all that, and you can see your stats. So you can see I've covered 1,200 kilometers almost with the riding that I have been doing. So it's time now to test out the Watch GT4. I'm going to go for a bike ride, and this could be a bad idea because there's a big storm brewing. There's some claps of thunder, but it doesn't really matter because our watch here, it is IP68, and well, so am I.
bit of rain shouldn't really hurt me. So I'll start the tracking now, and later on I'll show you the results of my heart rate and the GPS tracking. So the storm has just gone overhead now. I was lucky I didn't get that wet, and there's still a bit of thunder out there, but anyway, it's about to give me now the voice feedback, which is great. And of course they changed this with the last model. It is a new guy with a better accent, and he has correct grammar now too. So just when this goes to 5 kilometers, it's going to give me that update here, and you'll hear exactly what it sounds like.
Distance 5 kilometers. Duration 14 minutes and 58 seconds. Average speed for the past 5 kilometers was 20.11 kilometers. Current heart rate 75 beats per minute.
Okay, so that's great. It's so much better than what it used to be like with the previous models. I'm so glad that Huawei updated this. Okay, so up until now, I've been cheating. I've been riding an electric bike, so I haven't really been getting that much of a workout. But this is now a steep climb. And like the other watch tests, I want to test out my peak heart rate and everything. So what I'll do is just turn off that motor on the e-bike, now push as hard as I can on the steep climb. So I'm a little short of breath, pushing really hard at 143 and dropping now. But let's take a look at the results with the application.
That outdoor, very leisurely cycle, I must add, was 16.86 kilometers. And taking a look at our tracking here, just zoom in on that it is looking very good. So the areas where I went back down the same road, I was slightly to one side, and it even, look at that, I'm surprised it even managed to get that. So it's looking really good. So if the GPS was not accurate, it wouldn't follow the road at all, and it could end up just being a straight line right through here. That's a dead giveaway. When you see GPS tracking for products like smartwatches, which I do cover, of course, and review other models too, some of them have been quite poor, cheap ones, and you will see like some zigzags, some corners cut, whatnot. No, not here. The GPS tracking is very good. Now, my signal strength was maximum bars the whole time, and the battery life lost, so 8% every hour is what I'm losing when I'm using GPS, and I do have the voice feedback on every 5 kilometers. I looked at the screen a lot, so it could actually be a little bit better than that. It could be maybe about 7% or even a little lower when using the GPS per hour that you lose. It is very good. So you get the speed there of my ride. We have our chart here, which I like this a little bit better because it's, of course, the heart rate chart there. So you can see where I did push it really quite hard. I ended up standing up and powering up that climb that I did show you there, and up to 162 for my heart rate, which does seem about right. And you can see it was not a very good workout, not at all, because extreme anaerobic was just 4 minutes. Fat burning was only 5 minutes, 20 minutes of warm up. I did stop a lot because of the rain and recording this video, and it was an electric bike too as well. So, you know, it's just a leisurely ride. So fastest speed I got up to, that is there. The average altitude, this is another one of the ones I do like, because if you're riding especially, you're going to see where you had your climbs, your descents and ascents. And under details, finally, we have a nice summary of everything right there from my little outing, testing out the GPS heart rate monitoring. It's all looking very good.
And what are the calls like when you handle them on the watch? So you do need to have it paired up and have your Bluetooth on with your phone, and then you can answer and handle the calls on your watch, which I do find very convenient, and you don't have to go into your pockets and grab your phone out, or if you're a lady with your purse, you don't have to hunt around and find your phone. So the quality of the built-in speaker, you're listening to it right now, and it is very good. It's loud too, and the microphone on the Watch GT4, the same as the previous models, it's very good.
So all up, we do have some welcome changes, the new widgets, the new advancements in their health tracking, and great to see that Huawei is still very focused on their wearables. The build quality is exceptional that I've seen with their other models out there. Now, this model doesn't have the eSIM feature. We don't have at the moment or time of this video the on-screen keyboard. It's the canned replies. And as I just pointed out to before, that if you want that kind of stuff, Huawei does offer it, but you need to go for then the Watch 4 Pro, which is a little bit more expensive, but you get those features that some of you may want in a fitness tracking smart watch such as this here. So it's got the IP68 and 5 ATM with this too. So we have the blood oxygen saturation levels monitoring You've got the sleep monitoring, the GPS tracking, all very good, excellent, and the accuracy now is improving with that TrueScene 5.5 upgrade, which is great to see. And they will be with the sleep monitoring too. It's going to be monitoring your breathing. It'll rate you on that, but it can now detect things like sleep apnea, which is very good to know because you may never even know you have this. You just think that you're a snorer at night or you're just a terrible sleeper. So having that on your watch, it's very handy. It could alert you to that. And of course, you can get in touch with your doctor and seek medical advice there and treatment for that. And you may have never noticed, of course, that you even had that. So really good to see this. So it is an excellent watch, another great watch there from Huawei. And of course, it is running their Harmony OS, so we don't have Wear OS support with this particular model, which some of you may want, but you do get that amazing battery life still. We'll go for, well, my current usage, about 10 days for me, but up to 14 days with the 46mm model that I have. And you get around, well, almost about 10 hours of GPS use continuously with this too. Other things that I didn't show you, there's an always on display mode too, but it'll go through the battery a little bit quicker. There's a lot of applications that you can download and get on this with Harmony OS, with the app gallery. And I just could show you a lot more, but I hope in this video, you got the gist of it. You know what now the Watch GT4 is all about. So thank you so much for watching this review.